Hello friends and hello dear students. Today's topic is a basic introduction on bioinformatics and biotechnology. So two subjects of the life science branch. I would like to give a small introduction on what are these subjects and a basic understanding of the premise that gives scope to these courses. So without further delay, I would just like to go into bioinformatics and biotechnology. So the scope for these subjects is what would be deliberated in this session. So fundamentally, what is biology? So we have learned in our school days, biology is the study of life. So with the previous decades have witnessed tremendous amount of information and advances in research in biology. And so two fields that have come out and which are courses in our department, postgraduate courses in our department, are biotechnology and bioinformatics. So when you talk about life, this particular session is intended to give the basic idea of the courses in our college and also what is life. Okay, so when you start with life, it is a basic unit of life which is the cell. Okay, cells organize into tissues, tissues into organs, organs into organ systems, and then we have an individual, we have a population, we have the biosphere. So starting from the basic unit of life which is the cell, we have come a long way in the study of biology. So after 1950s, even before that, genetics had come into the foray. Then later advances in biotechnology had come into the foray. And now I discuss why biotechnology and bioinformatics are relevant subjects. So first I'll start with what biotechnology is. So biotechnology is applied biology. So we have aspects of technology which are incorporated into the basics of life, and we try to understand life in a wider perspective. So bioinformatics basically deals with the wet lab techniques what we have. So when you tell about life, we know about plants, we know about animals, we know about microorganisms of various kinds like bacteria, viruses. So biotechnology encompasses all the kind of living organism, and we examine the various aspects of the cell or the basic unit of life. So we have developed technology by which we are able to assay the different aspects of life, and it has got prominent role in research as well. So it deals with technology pertaining to various organisms and how we can evolve biotechnology into our daily life has been witnessed in the recent years. So the basic know-how starts from the informations in genetics, biochemistry, okay, so genetics, these are the foundations, and chemistry up to some extent. So the foundations in biochemistry, especially with regard to biomolecules, chemistry, genetics, etc., the theories and the ideas in these subjects have contributed to the formation of a discipline called biotechnology. So something that you have to understand are the basic biomolecules that are involved in life, or the life-sustaining molecules. So the life-sustaining molecules are basically the carbohydrates, proteins, nucleic acids, lipids, and many other molecules. So these form the foundations of biochemistry. So when these are the life-sustaining molecules or biomolecules, so biotechnology involves analysis and understanding of how these molecules behave in isolated small units which we call cells. So in a human body, in a human cell, we have in a human body we have trillions of cells, and each of these cells have their own information. They collectively work together, they form tissues, they organize. That is with respect to advantageous organisms like humans. But with respect to microorganisms, they are unicellular, and these are the basic aspects of life itself, or biology, some of the basic aspects of biology. So in biotechnology, what we do is we try to understand life of organisms, and we have revolutionized technologies which enable in understanding more about life. Okay, we enabling understanding of many of the biomolecules. So biotechnology involves wet lab techniques. So we have various techniques which we use in the laboratory, sophisticated instruments to understand how these biomolecules behave, and by understanding how these biomolecules behave, we will get further insight into life itself. So a skilled person in biotechnology understands the mechanisms involved in the activity of these molecules. The activity or the non-activity of these molecules might eventually result in manifestations that result in problems at an organism, at the cellular level, or at the tissue level, or at organism level. Okay, so in biotechnology, what we do is basically we study theory associated with biomolecules, the various disciplines, the important disciplines which are there, genetics, biochemistry, etc., and we acquire the skills in lab to investigate and research into aspects of life. So basically, wet lab techniques are an important aspect of this thing. Okay, and we find applications of biotechnology in many places. We find, see, since we know the realm of organisms that inhabit the earth, each of them have their own unique molecular signatures. So in order to understand these molecular signatures and how they behave, we need to understand biotechnology. So if you want to understand biotechnology, first you should have theoretical knowledge on the basics of biochemistry, basics of genetics, basics of molecular biology. That is, once you understand biochemistry, you can have an idea of molecular biology and how these molecules behave. So in order to understand the theoretical knowledge of these subjects and many more subjects, you know, it's a constantly updated field. Okay, so and constantly updated technologies are also coming into the picture. So this field is updating itself in enormous amounts every year. Maybe that much number of opportunity is what awaits you if you try to pursue a career in biotechnology. So you will acquire the wet lab skills, okay, and you will deliver understanding of life aspects in various domains. Some domains of biotechnology that have significant relevance are, before coming into that, let me tell of some of the prime experiments that have been a part of biotechnology. One is, of course, the double-stranded structure of DNA. How three important events that have revolutionized this discipline of biotechnology. Okay, so the first one is DNA structure by Watson and Crick. Okay, then one technology that came, that is the recombinant DNA technology. This is in the 70s, this is in the 50s, and then PCR. Okay, sequencing technology, and with the increased ability to investigate into large number of sequences, the Human Genome Project came. So I'm just tabulating some of the important events that have contributed to the evolution of the discipline of biotechnology. So these are some of the significant technological aspects in biotechnology which are based on the understanding of the theoretical knowledge in these subjects, and this is how, on the basis of some of the important hallmark events, the discipline of biotechnology is ever engaging and good. So the basic skill sets that a person pursuing biotechnology needs to know are skill sets which pertain to theoretical knowledge in subjects related to biology, and of technologies of basic biochemical techniques to the understanding of biological techniques which are associated with these hallmark important events. Okay, so an understanding of these technological aspects and an understanding of these theoretical aspects and good, significant, skilled knowledge in the wet lab techniques will enable you to have deep curiosity and creativity in biotechnology. Okay, so this is what basically you will do in biotechnology. When you study biotechnology, this is what basically you do. What about in bioinformatics? Bioinformatics is also based on advances in biotechnology. So basically, bioinformatics is the utilization of the information in biotechnology. So from where has this information come? This information has come from the advances in biotechnology. So the information in biology have been generated by millions of scientists worldwide, which has later contributed to the data in bioinformatics. So bioinformatics deals with biological data. So what is data? All the informations that you have with respect to the biomolecules in terms of structure, in terms of sequence, etc., have been identified by eminent researchers and scholars in biotechnology, and now this biological sequence, structure, information regarding life is now transpired as data. Okay, so bioinformatics basically deals with understanding biological data. Along with this advances that you have in genomics and sequencing technologies, what evolved side by side in the 90s was advances in information technology. So advances in biotechnology combined with the advances in information technology, the coming of the internet had come into the picture, and there were databases that were there. So these databases served as repositories, and in these databases you had storage capacity for the biological information. So this biological information was now biological data. So in bioinformatics, basically you have dry lab. If the nature of experimenting in biotechnology was associated with the wet lab, in bioinformatics you have the dry lab, or you have machines, computer machines, which have high capacity, which are high performing machines, which handle biological data. So one example of the data is with respect to the DNA or the protein sequence, which is in terms of bytes. So this biological data is what is handled in bioinformatics. So this data was available through the efforts of the scientists experimentally in wet labs, which later became identified and got converted into biological sequences, and these sequences are now biological data. With the advent of internet and with the advent of databases, these databases are places where these biological data is stored. So basically, in bioinformatics, what you do is collect these data, retrieve this data, use this data, etc. So bioinformatics has, what it has done is it has reduced the time taken for experimental studies, and it can deal in a hypothetical model in systems based on these data. So this is what is the fundamental difference between bioinformatics and biotechnology, where we use wet lab skills, and in bioinformatics we use biological data. Okay, so biological data analysis is just one aspect of bioinformatics, but there's also another aspect, that is the computational aspect. So side by side there is another subject that has evolved recently, which is computational part. Okay, computational biology. So the difference between computational biology and bioinformatics is that in bioinformatics you deal with the information associated, whereas computational biology uses strategies to develop software, use computing power, use various programming languages, and develop software that can aid in bioinformatics. So that is the fundamental difference between computational biology and bioinformatics. In computational biology, you need to understand coding, you need to understand basically biology, and in order to create a program which has a biological solution. Okay, so we provide solutions in biotechnology are provided by scientists who devise softwares which will make the process of understanding biology easier. So in computational biology, you have people from programming background, from coding background, they devise new programs, develop new softwares, and there are back-end programs which are running, and they will develop tools and softwares in bioinformatics. And this bioinformatics tools and softwares can be utilized by scientists from the biotechnology background to help in easier use of techniques which will have more profound effect in research. Okay, so the time that is there for bioinformatics reduces the time and helps in biotechnology in giving a research solution. Yes, so in the meanwhile, I was just writing this and I just wrote down the applications to reduce the time. So I hope you just got an idea of what computational biology is, what bioinformatics is, and the basic idea of biotechnology. So in the applicative level, where do you apply biotechnology? Where do you apply bioinformatics? So the biggest domain is research. So apart from research, how the various investigations associated with research and the scope of these subjects in research is very significant. So I will just discuss the other aspects or the other applicative aspects in which biotechnology and bioinformatics find its application. So first I'll say about biotechnology. So in biotechnology, some of the advancements that have been made in the field of medicine, vaccine development, as far as the COVID vaccine is being discussed right now. So the phenomenal efforts that have been undertaken by scientists all over the world by utilizing rDNA technology initially and associated with the recent technologies have contributed a great deal in the development of medicine and vaccine. We also have various diagnostic methods, the up-to-date diagnostic methods which involve monoclonal antibodies, ELISA, the radioimmunoassay, etc. are a byproduct of advancements in biotechnology. So some of the applications which are associated with biotechnology come in the domain of medicine, vaccine development. I just initiated it here because of the media coverage that vaccine is receiving at this end. So if you go and try to understand about the various aspects of vaccine development, you will see there is a lot of biotechnology involved. or the antigen test kits, or for example the real-time PCR technique, which is being discussed very frequently every day now. So all of them are contributions of biotechnology to the world. So other than that, there are also applications of biotechnology in environment. We are facing climate change, so our resilience to climate change have devised technologies that are as a contribution of biotechnology in environment effects. Also, the reduction of pollution, bioremediation, etc. in application are being dealt with biotechnology. Also, and some aspects of the technical aspects. Earlier I was telling you about acquiring the skill sets. So basically, along with the basic biochemical techniques which are there in biochemistry, there are also animal and plant tissue culture. We have heard about tissue culture being utilized in our state itself for producing, for micropropagation and production of good yield plants. So animal cell culture is another method in which we use animal cells, and plant tissue culture is on the basis of tissue culture we produce better varieties of plants. Okay, so after micropropagation and in the lab. So this technology has been there for some time. So these are some aspects that we do in biotechnology. Also, industrial applications where we find biotechnology is in the large amount of enzymes and various other products that come from the industry, the bioprocess technology, the using of microorganisms, etc. for processing, and the technology which results in products. So there are various products that are formed as a result of the industrial applications of biotechnology. There are many such examples to tell you, but so if I discuss it to the length, the scope of this discussion would be limited. So there are industrial applications you see. So you must have heard about, there are techniques like DNA fingerprinting and other PCR tests, etc. for paternity testing and for detecting crime scenes, etc. So this comes under DNA fingerprinting. So that is one aspect of forensic biology where exactly biotechnology plays the role. And then, of course, extensively we have heard about BT brinjal, BT cotton, etc. and whether to use genetically modified crops and genetically modified food, etc. So these genetically modified crops are the output of the applications of biotechnology in research. So you find applications of biotechnology in every domain of life. So we use these organisms, we use the organism and the technology to deliver better products and better life. So there are industries which operate, there are companies which operate in this domain and serve better products, whether it is in the development of diagnostic kits or vaccines, or whether it is industry, whether it is in research, in agriculture, etc. So this is where the biotechnology candidate can find prospects in terms of job. And like I mentioned, the never-ending scope of biotechnology lies in research. So the theoretical knowledge plus the acquired skill sets that you get from the wet lab techniques will help you to go for research. So research is all about the maximum amount of funding post-COVID-19 situation is going to come into the biotechnology aspect of things. You know, there are the viral genome that has been sequenced. There are many such viruses which could affect you. So these viruses need to be sequenced. You need to understand how they behave. So there will be, in the post-pandemic situation, a lot of funds will be coming for research in these areas of biotechnology. So these are some of the important applications. I might have forgotten some of them, but a general outlook of some of the important aspects of applications of biotechnology I just discussed here. Similarly, for bioinformatics, some of the important aspects. So first I told you the difference between bioinformatics and computational biology. So we have the Human Genome Project, which was completed in 2003. So after the Human Genome Project, where the entire genome was sequenced, later various organisms' genomes were sequenced, and all these sequence information of the DNA are now in the repositories in the form of databases. There are various databases that can be accessed. So in the part of bioinformatics, there will be curation of these databases. These databases, the informations which are there in these databases can be collected, retrieved and managed and be given to scientists in the biotechnology realm who need these information from the bioinformaticians, so that will enhance in better research in lesser time. So that is how bioinformatics will aid biotechnology as far as the data analysis and curation part of it is concerned. Okay, then with the advent of the Human Genome Project and the internet advances in information technology with respect to internet, with respect to the advances in free software, there have been better computing algorithms and tools which have come, and as a result of that we have better software that can handle and analyze this data. So this is what bioinformatics does. They provide the data for even we are able to access all these data. Students can access data. There are millions of sequences that you find in these individual databases. So this was possible because of the sequencing technologies that earlier Sanger had developed. So again, a theoretical aspect, the Maxwell Gilbert theory and the Sanger sequencing methods in biotechnology is what envisaged the development of the 4th generation sequencing technologies. So now we have next generation sequencing. So initially it took 13 years for the Human Genome Project to be deciphered, but now we have technologies like the next generation sequencing, where you have the sequences, the sequences can be done sequenced in 1 to 2 weeks, maybe even less. We have deep sequencing technology now. So this has made what the data you can once that data has been generated, what bioinformaticians do is that they analyze this data and they go for specific places. So this is how the genomics branch has come. So genomics is one branch which associates with the genome. So genomics, the technical part, the practical part of genomics is contributed by biotechnology. The data analysis and interpretation part is contributed by people who learn bioinformatics. So not just genomics, there are different, the omics era is also proteome. The genome is with respect to the DNA and the proteome is with respect to the protein. There is also the metabolome, there is the integromics. There are various omics technologies which are made possible because of the data generated. So this data is generated using the wet lab techniques, and now these data are going to be handled by the people who do bioinformatics. Okay, so data analysis is one important aspect of bioinformatics. Also another subject which is associated with bioinformatics is computer-aided drug design. So you know that a drug is a molecule which we take, so then there is a clinical manifestation. So in order for the process of drug discovery is again a process which involves a huge amount of time, lot of wet lab skills and techniques. So that is an aspect of biotechnology. So we have simulated models, or we have computer aided models which can do drug design. So we have softwares for that. We have softwares like online softwares are also available, Schrodinger, so many other softwares are there. So in these softwares they act as interface where there is the efficacy of the drug with respect to a protein, with respect to an enzyme can be analyzed. So that will give you easy solutions for development of drug in a limited time. So that is what is computer aided drug design does. Okay, so a person who needs to acquire skills in bioinformatics also should have some idea about the programming languages, particularly if he is going to study about computational biology. There are various programming languages like Python, R programming, etc., which are used in this data analysis. So understanding a bit of programming language and bit of coding, there are many languages like the ones I mentioned, Scilab, etc., which can be utilized for devising and developing methods by which you can access the data. Also, there are programming languages will aid you in enabling quicker software which can help in data analysis. So programming languages are there. So these programming languages, if you are skilled in these programming languages, you can apply that to other domains as well. Not with respect to biology or biological sequences, but you can also do that in other domains, in other fields also. So if you have the skill, if you have the logic for programming, you can bioinformatics, and bioinformatics data analysis is also a good option for you. And of course, the machine learning and artificial intelligence part in bioinformatics is something which is eagerly looking forward to. We are at the crawling stages of understanding machine learning and artificial intelligence. So this is how machine learning and artificial intelligence are going to change the world in terms of data. And we know the relevance of data in today's world. So these applications are going to come into the healthcare sector and various other sectors. Okay. Similarly, the most important, finally let me conclude, the important domains of biotechnology and bioinformatics have profound significance in biological research. So there are tremendous opportunities and tremendous scope for research in these subjects. Earlier and now after the COVID situation, it has enhanced further. So it would be a good career option if you can understand more about life sciences and you find your subjects interesting and biotechnology and bioinformatics. This has just been a basic introduction to just make you understand the basics or what basically is biotechnology and bioinformatics. Thank you.